okay to feel this. It's okay to feel this. So this is day 4, self-care journey, the 10% happier journey. And that was the thought for today, the session that I went through. So Joseph Goldstein defines this as a magic phrase. Sorry, just turning my music up a little bit. He defines this as a magical phrase because of the fact that, as he describes it, this phrase allows you to not just recognize, but to actually accept. So let's talk about it for a few. And thank you all, everybody, for joining me. So it's okay to feel this. These are a few notes from my session today, and I put them on Facebook if you want to read them as well. Hey, Kai, thanks for joining me. So recognition isn't mindfulness. We can recognize something and still be averse to it. And I'm going to say that one more time while I pull up one more thing that I was looking at about mindfulness. So, recognition isn't mindfulness. Recognition isn't mindfulness. And what I had to do was I had to look up mindfulness because, I'm aware of what it means. But at the same time, in the way that he was using, I was like, I see recognition as mindfulness as well. But when I looked up this definition, I realized that there was another element to mindfulness that I really appreciated in learning about. So, mindfulness, a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. That was a part that I didn't know. When I think about mindfulness, I just think about just recognizing something, but it means more than recognition. It actually involves the process of calmly acknowledging, so that's the recognition in there, and accepting. That's the key point there, the acceptance that's applied. Accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. So when he said recognition isn't mindfulness, we can recognize something and still be averse to it. I just paused and thought about that for a minute. And I love this because it's so subtle. Yesterday's session was about it's just a mind state, and this connects to that. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Diva Love. Thanks for hanging out with me. So, when I think about mindfulness, and when I think about the fact that you can recognize something and still be averse to it, I realize that it's a very subtle thing as far as connecting to your thoughts and being able to say, okay, this is something that I feel, or this is something that I'm recognizing. And you can spend a lot of time in a place of thinking how much you don't desire it. Like he said, thinking about how much you want it to go away, thinking about how much you hate it. And if you focus all of your time there, then you're really focusing your mind on a part of the equation that's not really helpful to you, even if it is true. Like, for instance, I deal with chronic back pain. So, of course, there's a lot of times where I'm like, yeah, I want this to go away. But this part, as far as mindfulness, allows you to accept what you're feeling, accept how it makes you feel, accept what it makes you do, and just go to that place of acceptance around that and saying it's okay to feel this while not dwelling on and on about how much you don't desire it, because that's when you exacerbate it and it really gets worse. So that was one of the notes that I took away from this session. The second thing, which is what I just mentioned, mindfulness, a state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, such as a therapeutic technique. The next one is saying it's okay to feel this allows us to balance the recognition with the genuine acceptance of what we're feeling or what is there. That was, what I just said just kind of summed up better. And then the last thing that I thought about while meditating, while doing the meditation portion of this session, I mentioned this yesterday, but it's kind of an expanding on it. When meditating and using the words, I'm sorry, yeah, because yesterday I talked about use the words in and out. That was a nice little suggestion from Joseph Goldstein, the guy that wrote this particular course. It's called Phrases for Stress. In the 10% Happier app, you can download it on your phone. And he talked about using the words in and out to be able to take your thoughts that are going to go wildly different directions, just because it's just natural. I was saying yesterday, your body, when you meditate, your body is almost like saying to you, like, finally, you're taking a break so we can sit down and talk. And then all of these things start going through your mind. So the goal is to not, like, in a forceful way, get those ideas out of your mind. It's just to observe them and not to allow them to overtake your thoughts, so that you can focus on just your breathing, which is the whole point. So he said use the words in and out, and I thought that was helpful because just a little mind thing to get your brain focused on that. And I was thinking today while doing it that when you're using those words in and out, if you use mouth shapes that naturally mimic these words, like in pranayama breathing exercises, then like it really helps. So, to me, in is when you just when you have your mouth closed and your tongue is kind of touching the roof of your mouth, you're really pronouncing the word in, in a way. And then when you open your mouth and you allow it to come out, like one of the pranayama breathing exercises, which we'll talk about some more now and in the future, you kind of naturally saying the words. So, and just doing that, I realize it's another way of allowing you to focus on, using those words, which allow you to focus on your breathing even more. So I found that to be helpful. And pranayama, which if you're not familiar with, is actually going to be the word of the day. I'm actually going to do the video right after this for the word, a word a day, which is an educational series that I've started for myself, for my self-education journey, and for everybody else too, who I can share with and help. So word a day. So today's word will be pranayama. And if you check it out, I actually put a couple videos on my Facebook page right before this video that are demonstrations of that. You can check that out. These are great breathing exercises, and they're part of yoga. And it's pretty amazing, what you are able to do as far as stress and anxiety or blood flow or mental clarity with just focusing on breathing. So that'll be the next video I do in a few minutes right after this. So yeah, that's about it. This is day 4. It's okay to feel this. That's the phrase that we want to use when we're having our feelings and emotions, and when we're working with them, whether we're meditating or whether it's just a daily, a thought that we have going throughout our day. It's okay to feel this. That moves you to the next level, the next step of acceptance, and that allows everything to Namya Rehekyo. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I gotta find out what that means. Actually, I just know it from the movie. What was the movie? By the way, I forgot the movie. The Ike and Tina Turner. So what's love got to do with it? Yeah, so I know that brings you back to center. And so this is day 4. I'm really having fun on this journey, and I'm having fun sharing this journey. So use that phrase. And then last but not least, the music that you hear playing in the background is my contribution to this meditative experience, one that I'm doing here, and I hope to do in a much more broad way with courses like 10% Happier. And that brings me to another thing too. Well, let me finish that thought. So I've been learning as far as my communication that I don't finish my thoughts. So it's something that I've been having a lot of fun working on, right? My brain goes a million miles a minute. So I've been having some good training on that from some good people in my life. So to finish that thought, this is called truth meditation. And this is my contribution to this meditative experience. This meditation is the last song on my newest project, Key Reflections, which is a whole meditative project. You can find that by going onto your favorite streaming platform of choice, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you have, whatever you subscribe to, and just search for Aaron Hill, Key Reflections. This is the last song on the project. And I'm excited about being in this journey because I feel like this album is like perfect, not only for this journey for me, but for everything that I contribute from my experience to this journey for other people. Like, it's the perfect album to be able to meditate to and use for these kind of moments. So check that out. Hope you enjoy it. And then last but not least, what was I gonna say? See, I done lost my train of thought. That's what happens. I was talking about the song. Oh, I know what it was. So one of the things that I'm gonna do with this experience eventually, in addition to documenting and sharing, is I'm gonna do my own like meditation series. Like I'll be doing some materials where I lead a meditation and where we do it together. And basically, I'm just going to take my meditation time and turn it into time where I use that for others to meditate with me. So it might be like, it may be called actually like the Meditate With Me series, you know. But I'm real excited about that. And it'll just be where I'm playing music like this, sharing thoughts like this one. It's okay to feel this. But the difference will be I'll have my eyes closed and I'll just be breathing and instructing you to breathe and just join me on it. So I'm really excited about all of this, as you can see. So that ends the session for today. Session 4, day 4. It's okay to feel this. Drop a line, let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you. All right, take care and join me tomorrow for the next lesson in phrases for stress. Take care.